I really appreciate that you've taken time out of your day, your evening, wherever you're from. I really appreciate it. And with that, I want to let you know that I'm going to do everything in my power tonight to share information that you can directly apply to your business to see an improvement, to drive more traffic, to make more money. That is my goal here on this presentation. Now, with that being said, I really have a lot of information to go over. Pay attention. I don't want you guys to miss any of this information, and watch the entire presentation as we get underway and I really start to unravel and reveal the strategies and tactics that I've used to make significant money year after year, month after month. And tonight we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about strategy, tactics, and principles. And what I want to convey with you today is that there are a lot of hacks and loopholes that are available, and sometimes they can work. However, oftentimes, and when I say often, I mean 99.9% of the time, those hacks and loopholes go away. On the other spectrum, we've got principles. And principles are great, and they've been around for a long time. And you can read a book by maybe Think and Grow Rich, right? That's got principles on making money, and they apply today. The strategies and principles that Napoleon Hill talked about apply today, but they're not going to give you that quick return like a hack or a loophole potentially can if you're at the right place, if you've got the right information, if you've got the right setup, if you're in the right niche, and all that. And on the far right with Napoleon Hill and those principles, those can help you over the long run. And on the far left, you've got those loopholes that if you're in the right place, in the right time, and everything is aligned, can make you crazy amounts of money, but it's hard to really get all those things in alignment. Somewhere in the middle is where I live. And that is marketing strategies that are fairly cutting edge, but they're not so much of a hack that I get de-indexed by Google, or they're not so much of a loophole or a software app that's going to get my results taken away. Instead, it's stuff that can drive serious results fast, and even better, can build over the long term. And this is what I do is I help people to stake their claim. What does that even mean? Stake your claim. Well, to me, I want you to close your eyes or imagine, if you would, a big party, a big outdoor summertime party. There's some cool music playing, the barbecue is rolling, and in the middle of this awesome scene is a cool pool. And all the cool kids are in the pool, and they're splashing around and they're having fun, and you want to join them, but you're a little uncertain. And you stand on the edge of that pool, and you're just not sure if it's worth it to fully commit to get in that pool, and you're on the edge and you're dipping your toe in. And oftentimes this is how people apply themselves to things in life. They just say, I'll try a little bit and I'll see if it's worth it. And what I've learned is that when I fully commit to anything, when I stake my claim, when I stop hoping and I start deciding that I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to jump in with enthusiasm, I'm going to show up with energy. When I do that, when I stake my claim, amazing things happen. And the other thing I really help people with is to amplify their message. What the heck? What the heck does that mean? What is an amplified message? Well, it's really pretty simple. Amplified messages inspire people to act. And I want you to think about marketing in when I asked myself this, Brian, what is marketing? If you boil it down, what are we doing? We're asking people to take actions on our behalf. Hey, I'd love it if you bought a product, if you signed up to a list. It sure would be helpful if you left me a review, if you shared my content, if you leave me a comment or share or give me some sign that you're with me. To me, marketing is asking people to take action on our behalf. And what I've learned is when you create amplified messages, those inspire people to act. And yes, I'm recording. Are we doing good on the slides and everything? I just want to drop out and in a few times. I think we're doing great. I think things seem to be moving along great here. All righty. So that's what I do, is I help people to jump in and to stake their claim, to take action, to believe in something so much that they're willing to commit themselves at a level that generates results, and then we amplify a message so people act. Because the fact of the matter is that internet marketing is noisy. There's so much status updates and videos. There's so much information being published every day that we need to break through. And now what I'm going to share with you is based on what I've done for, like 8 or 9 years. And I want to show you the progression of how I've driven traffic and then converted that traffic into an action, like people signing up to my email list. You can see it right here, people opting in every single day. What's really powerful about what I'm going to share with you is that you can use this in numerous niche markets. I'm going to show you how I apply it to my marketing, but understand that these principles, these marketing principles, apply across the board to inspire actions and get people to opt into lists, to buy products, to share status updates, and you can do it too. And since 2008, people have been calling me a little kooky, kind of crazy, and they've used those adjectives when they describe how I perform with sales, converting like a madman. And that was back in 2008. This is 2010, and this is 2010 and 11, and this is a statement from one affiliate company. Just one affiliate company paid me over $100,000, and I'm so grateful to be able to sit in this house in the Rocky Mountains above the city, to share these ideas with you, to be able to live this life. And I want to let you know that you can do this as well. 2014. Now, my goal here was to outline a kind of a pattern that year after year, Brian continues to generate great money by leveraging these ideas. Last year, this was crazy. I got to tell you, even for me, this was pretty awesome. $61,000 in commissions. Okay, for this one affiliate contest, I actually generated close to $125,000 in revenue. Furthermore, I wasn't a part of some team of 3 or 4 marketers. I don't have a huge staff. In fact, I don't have any staff. My marketing is simple. I focus on what's most important, that's driving and converting traffic, and it works like gangbusters. Like you can see here, April 2016, significant earnings based on what I want to share with you. And what I want to share with you tonight is how you can stake your claim, how you can decide that it's going to be. Not that you hope it works, forget that. Not if you wonder if it's possible that it'll work. I promise you, what I'm about to share absolutely, positively can work for you. One of the great things about marketing is that there's a lot of science behind what I'm going to share tonight. And it's like cooking a great recipe. If you can apply a recipe, if I handed you some fresh, yummy ingredients and a recipe, you might not make it to the degree of a 5-star Michelin chef, but I bet you it would be a pretty tasty meal. And tonight, my goal is to share how you can create tasty marketing yourself. Now, I want to let you know that it wasn't always like that for me. Before I was a marketer, successful, that is, I was a professional chef. I have a culinary degree from France. I've spent about 18 years in the professional kitchen. And one of the things that I learned was that it was just brutal. And showing up to a job where you were not appreciated, where you felt like a cog in the machine, that at the same time was so stressful. I was tired. There were sucky benefits. I didn't make much money. I would be fired at one job and then be the hero at the next. And all this time when I was being a chef and doing that kind of thing, I had this dream of working for myself, of calling the shots and having that freedom that I desired. And for me, that's what it really was all about, was establishing freedom in my life. And I remember as I started to get serious, which was about 2002, I started to generate some sales. And I remember I would return to the restaurant the following day after working in the evening 3 or 4 hours, and I'd be so excited. Like, holy smokes, I made $2.67. And then the guys that were smarter than me, they'd say, well, how much time were you spending, on your computer? And I said, well, gosh, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. The time just kind of went by quick. I really enjoy this stuff. I've got a dream. And they laughed and they said, so you're making 87 cents an hour then. Well, a few weeks later, I quit that job. And art.com was the company that I was making these commissions with. I remember building websites, targeting traffic, and I was able to quit my job in 2003. And today, when I mentioned, sitting above Colorado Springs on the side of a mountain, this is the house that my wife and I had built. And I actually just looked up the average home price in Colorado Springs, and the lot, the lot that I bought in cash was more expensive than the average home in Colorado Springs, and that would have never been possible without internet marketing. And what I want to let you know is that today I have that freedom to spend with my life, to vacation, to have fun times, to take goofy pictures, the kind of stuff that you'd see in a magazine, and I ham it up because I can, and I live life full on. I stake my claim, and you can do the same. And I've had the privilege of working with a number of people that have gone on and just done amazing things. Like Aidan Booth, who started out as my student, and now Aidan generates millions of dollars online. And last year he sent me this email. It's hard to imagine I could be doing this if I hadn't come across you and had your personal mentoring all those years ago. And Melissa, who's been with me through many different courses, and Frankie. And now it's your turn. One of the things I know about success is that online marketing has the potential to change lives. And it's changed my life dramatically. And it changed Melissa's life. And Aidan, holy smokes, Aidan is on a path that's unbelievable. And Aidan came into my programs and he was like hell-bent on success. And he was like ready to make it work. And if you're ready to get serious, then what I want to show you, which is my trust funnel system, can work for you too. And I mentioned quitting my job in 2003. And I was an affiliate marketer. I was in a bunch of different niches. I sold Halloween costumes. I sold artwork at art.com. I made great money with the AdSense program. But in 2007, I started to change directions and I went all in on one niche. So just like I'm talking about staking your claim, instead of kind of putting in some effort here and doing some stuff over here with costumes, and then I spent some time over with the AdSense sites, I decided that I was going to really focus on sharing what I had learned over the years of driving traffic and whatnot. And I focused on going in the internet marketing niche. And when I started, I had no list. I had no traffic. I had 0 JV partners. I had no support team or authority. I didn't have a fancy setup. I was certainly not an expert. However, what I did have was the courage to start, to decide that I was going to go all in. And if you're wondering, what does it really take to create massive success online? If you can hold a rubber mat, and if you can speak about a rubber mat, that's all the technical know-how you really need to get started and completely revolutionize your life and your results. Now I'm going to break from the script and I'm going to tell you how this is going to go down as we proceed with this presentation. This is brand new. There's some information that I've gained and gathered from older presentations. There's information I've never shared that's in this presentation. And I've tried to create the best presentation to have an impact on you tonight. And we're going to start at the beginning with what to do at the beginning, like deciding it's going to be, staking your claim, having the courage to move forward. We're going to talk about building a brand. We're going to talk about finding your voice. We're going to talk about laying the foundation over the next few minutes. And then about halfway through, we're going to start getting more technical. And I'm going to start sharing the specific things you can do immediately following this presentation to increase your results. And then finally, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I absolutely crush it in affiliate promotions and earn 2 to 3 times more than my peers. Now, when I say that, based on the amount of clicks I send. If I send 100 clicks, my peers make $100 and I make $300. I'm going to show you how I do that as we move forward, okay? Now I mentioned, what does it take to create success? And I want to let you know, we tend to overcomplicate this stuff. I guarantee that one of the biggest detriments to success online is people overthinking and overcomplicating. And one of the things I've done, thank goodness, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not the sharpest pen in the pack, or I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I do have that courage. And I took the time to really focus on what's most important. You don't need all that fancy whiz-bang stuff. If you can speak in front of a camera, awesome. If you don't want to get in front of a camera, let's do a podcast. The bottom line is getting started and sharing what you know. We'll talk about that as we move forward. That's what Perry did. He's talking about a rubber mat. This video was viewed by a tremendous amount of people. Thousands of people viewed this video, and they liked it. 83 likes. It's not about perfection. One of the things I've been thinking about, and I'm just going to ask you if this reigns true, if this makes sense, is when we start out, we're all pretty smart people. Humans, generally speaking, are pretty capable of thinking some pretty amazing thoughts. And we put together in our mind how we want to share and how we want to create a persona online and how we want to publish our messages online. And we have this idea in our mind what it's going to look like. And then we do, and what we end up with is nowhere near where we want to be. It's like where we want to be is over here on the right, and where we are is on the left. But to get to the right, we've got to take the time to do the work, to practice, to give a webinar 12 times, 100 times, to put yourself in front of video, to make a podcast. And when you're brave enough to start, even when you might not be where you want to be, but you continue, you will find success. And the truth of the matter, if I just lay it out, the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't have the courage to continue. They start, they put out a few things. It doesn't seem to work. It's not like, POOF, Pixie dust magic. that happens in a second. Now, I say Pixie does, but it's not like you don't sprinkle some stuff over your website and magical things happen. We'll talk about what that means as we move forward, but having the courage to start where you are and working to get better. I was horrible when I started, but I've gotten better over the years. Hey, Brian Basilico on the call. This is Brian. I've watched Brian come up over the last year and a half or so. He does a great job of sharing with other people what he does. And I bet you that Brian would say, hey, I've gotten better over the last few years because I learn, and I'm not just studying, but I'm practicing. I'm a practitioner of marketing. And this is Mike. Now, Mike took one of my courses back in 2009. He's in one niche. He teaches people to play guitar. He teaches what he knows. He might not be Eddie Van Halen, but that's okay. Lots of people spend money with him. And I want to share with you that I'm showing you people that are at the center of their own business. You can do video, you can do a podcast, you can write, you can do ebooks. There's a lot of different ways, but the most successful people are at the core of their business. This is Darren Casey, health and fitness. So we got a guitar player, we got a fitness guy, we have Jesse Elder, who is a spiritual coach. And that is kind of the start of where we're going to go. It's about deciding on one big money niche. That's what we're going to cover now. And then taking these steps to solidify and create a powerful foundation. So when it comes time to promote, you can get tremendous, ridiculous results with your marketing. I really like digital marketing. The idea of creating something out of nothing and then selling it. Now, to me, that's what digital marketing is. It's creating digital products and selling them. Products that can only be purchased online. Products from JVZoo or products from ClickBank. Now, this doesn't mean I'm not going to recommend that you create your own products tonight. What I'm going to recommend is tonight you set the foundation of something that completely changes your life. And if you want to be an affiliate marketer exclusively, awesome. I make more money as an affiliate than I do with my own products. However, I make a lot with my own products too. And when you combine the two together, it's powerful. You can start out as an affiliate promoting digital niche products. And if you want, you can create your own products later. That's powerful because you can stay in the same niche, you can gain synergy, and you can increase the amount of leverage that you have. Udemy sells digital products. Furthermore, what's really cool about the model I'm going to share with you tonight is that you can leverage other people's authority to increase yours. You can leverage the platform's authority to increase yours. You can borrow from Udemy. Now, we're not going to talk about Udemy exclusively. I just want to share with you right now an overall concept of starting with nothing, no authority, no know-how, no customers, and yet building up authority fairly quickly by piggybacking off of platforms and other people. Another form of a digital product is an ebook that you can sell at Amazon.com. Again, for right now, let's not get hung up on the best way. Like, we'll get to that. I just want you to think about kind of big picture and how you can apply these strategies as we move forward. Remember, this is the foundation. Digital niche markets, there are a ridiculous amount of highly profitable digital products like Passion for Dancing or the Surf Strength Coach or paleo recipes, health and fitness, bodybuilding, learning to play guitar, and lots more. Step 2 is simple enough. You don't have to be an expert to create an amplified message. You can start right where you're at today, and you can apply these ideas to greatly improve where you're at. So many people, they feel I don't have anything anybody would care about. And the fact of the matter is that we all have lots of different strengths, abilities, talents. We all have things that other people would be interested in. And instead of discounting our knowledge, instead of discounting what we have, we can move forward and we can share. Like John's here, and I know John's into karaoke. You know, karaoke is a big business. People search for karaoke stuff all the time. That could be something John could do. Brian Basilico is into music and playing guitar. He could teach people how to do that. What do you do? What do you have that other people would want to learn? And, you know, take an inventory of your life and think it through. When I talk about sharing your personal experience and amplifying your message, this ain't even close to being it. Now, I'm goofy, I act kind of zany, I post ridiculous pictures on Facebook, but I want to let you know that has nothing to do with amplifying your message. Again, we'll talk about what that specifically means as we move forward, but one of the things that really it's about is simply sharing the passion that you have and creating a conversation with another person. So many people, they think this is internet marketing. It's like I'm going to post to YouTube and send thousands of clicks and get the views, or I'm going to rank my thing in Google and I'm going to get all this exposure. And that's great. And those are skills we want to learn. And I know how to do all of those things. But instead of thinking about the masses, think about how you can help one person first and start from that. And when you start talking to the camera like it's one other person across the screen, and it's one other person that's interested in how you can help them move forward with guitar playing, or move forward with karaoke, or move forward with learning to speak Spanish. Or for me, it's been how to leverage WordPress, or how to create a message, or how to create videos. And when you talk to the camera, when you write blog posts that are aimed at one specific person, it's powerful because if you really think about it, at the end of the day, when you're publishing content to the web, that content may be digested and might be recepted by thousands and thousands of people, but it happens one person at a time. It's you publishing a message and one other person reading it, watching it, or listening to it. And if you start creating content geared to one person that you can help, it makes it really easy for people to stop and listen, because you begin to create communication. You begin to create a relationship. Again, it's not about perfection. It's about simply sharing what you know. And the more you do that, the better you become. It's all about letting others get to know you. And what's so amazing to me is the one thing that all the highest paid marketers do. Think about this. The one thing that all the highest paid marketers do, which is they make it easy for people to get to know, like, and trust them, is the one thing that so many people are afraid of. So they go looking for these hacks and loopholes, which leave them jaded and disappointed. So what I do is my goal is to help inspire you to action, to stake your claim, to get brave enough to decide I'm going to lay it down and I'm going to do this on a high level, and I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be brave. And you might think, Brian, you're so brave. And let me tell you, I get nervous too, because I post a lot of crazy stuff. But it's who I am, and I think it's fun, and it scares me a little bit, so I do it anyway. If there's anything I can share with you today, is that the very most successful marketers online, the highest paid marketers, all make it really easy for people to get to know who they are as a person. And then they share how they can help other people in the process. And that's what I do. I'm fun, I'm entertaining, and I also say, hey, by the way, I've been making serious money online, and I'd love to help you do the same. Now, if we're going to do that, right, if we're going to decide we're going to go into one niche, We're going to really focus on the one niche. And I'll mention, if you're making average to mediocre money and you're in 3 different niches, focus on one and put all your eggs in one basket. And just make sure that that basket is something that has potential, like weight loss or making money online or internet marketing or how to build muscle or paleo recipes. There's plenty of niches. But if we're going to do these things, right, if we're going to go into one niche, if we're going to start sharing who we are, and if we're going to let other people know about us, and if we're going to publish to the web, then we want to be really sure that we understand how the big sites decide what type of content is going to gain eyeballs. I mean, this is really the secret, right? How do we publish content that attracts people? And what I want to tell you is, when I wrote my book, Trust Funnel, this was at the core. This whole thing about trust, the trust matrix, making it easy for people to like you, was really at the core. And what's so interesting is for a long time, the game was different than it is today. You know, I'm an old schooler. I came up when Google was a walk in the park. I came up before Panda and Penguin. And I came up when it was really easy to fool the Google algorithm, rank well, and make a lot of money. But every year it got a little bit more challenging. And by the time Panda and Penguin hit, lots of people were done and they could no longer continue earning the amounts of money, because ultimately they couldn't deceive and fool a robot that controlled the algorithm. One lone hacker has reshaped and redefined the money-making game as we both know it today. You know, today those algorithms that I spoke about are powered by the algorithms that power the big sites like Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, Twitter, and Google are powered by a force that cannot be stopped. Do you want to know what it is? It is the trust matrix, and it's all around us. Even right now in this webinar, the trust matrix is here. The trust matrix is there when you open up Facebook and you scroll through your feed. The trust matrix is there when you send an email to a friend or to 1,000 people on your list. The trust matrix is there when you upload a video to YouTube. And what's so sad is so many people are trying to trick the robot, and they're trying to deceive other people and algorithms, and it does not work anymore. And the reason why is because the trust matrix is powered by humans. The trust matrix is powered by you. When you like a status update on Facebook, if you go to YouTube and you're wondering what's powering the YouTube algorithm, it's watch time. It's how long do people watch the video you uploaded. If people don't like your video, they leave. That leaves you with very little watch time. And sure, there's other things that can impact it, but at the end of the day, all the big sites I mentioned, like Facebook was engineered around the like button. If someone clicks like, awesome. We're going to give that piece of content more exposure. And as more people like it, more exposure. And if it's shared, it might go viral. Facebook algorithm is based on whether you and me like updates. Amazon is powered by people who buy, people that leave reviews. Facebook and Amazon are powered by you and me. In YouTube, it's the same exact thing. And that's why this trust matrix thing is really important, because instead of trying to fool an algorithm, what we really want to do is we want to understand how we can induce button pushing. Check this out. This is actually from 2 years ago. So this is like a long time ago. And yet, even 2 years ago, one of the most important ranking factors on Google was social activity. The number one thing, the number one deciding factor is click-through rate. The number 2 is the relevancy of a search term. So in other words, if you put in weight loss for those over 40, depending how relevant your page is for that search term will help you rank. And the less relevant means you're going to have a harder time ranking. And then the next result, it's not backlinks. The next result is Google plus ones. And then it's backlinks. And then it's Facebook shares. And then it's Facebook total. And then it's Facebook comments. And then it's Pinterest. And then it's visibility of backlinking again. It's another backlink thing. And then again, it's Facebook likes and tweets. So social activity is really a great way to gauge how you're doing. And instead of trying to fool a robot, why not do what I do, and that is induce button pushing. And that is to create content that is going to be easily shared by other people. There's a lot of things that I think about before I post a status update if I want it to be shared, if I want it to gain visibility. And by understanding that ultimately what will decide my fate is those people that see my updates, that watch my videos or read my blog posts, by looking at it from this angle has completely revolutionized how I build my business online. Are we doing okay, guys? You guys seeing this good? I'm just checking in. I'm going to have a sip of water. All righty. So let's carry on. Unfortunately, I can't scroll through questions and comments when I'm in full screen, so I just like to check in now and then. Step 4 is different is better than better. And as I said in the beginning, we're going to lay the foundation. My goal tonight is to inspire one person in this webinar to great things. My goal is to make it so one person is really fired up about this information and moves forward. And that foundation was important. But now we're going to start getting into the nitty-gritty tactical stuff. So many people, when they start out, they want to be number one. They want to be the best. If you've got a new software app coming out, you want it to be the best. And you should. If you don't want it to be the best, don't make the thing, right? However, when it comes to marketing, trying to be the best isn't always the most profitable. Different is better than better. And as the marketplace becomes ever more crowded, strengths matter less than differences. Strengths become the standard. Now hang with me here because I'm going to apply this to internet marketing. How many SEO plugins are available on the market? How many SEO services can you buy into, or websites or memberships? One of the things I found very interesting when putting this slide together was the use of blue when it comes to plugins and websites and apps and logos like SEO Presser and Semantic Web and SEO and all-in-one SEO pack and push button SEO. And if everybody is talking about like keywords and algorithms and your ability to rank on Google, now you should talk about those things because that's what an SEO plugin would do. But if you can add some flavor to your message, if you can add some zest to your message, if you can add some different, then when it comes time for those people in your target market to buy an SEO plugin, who do you think they're going to remember? If they did research a month ago and they ran across 30 different SEO plugins, well, the one that's a little different than the rest and stands out is going to be the one that's going to be memorable. It's going to be the one that's going to stand out in that individual's mind. And when you're memorable, you get more opportunity. You get asked to speak more often. You get the sale more often because what do? Instead of remembering all 30 results, they remember 3. And you're not competing against 30, you're competing against 3. And furthermore, like Sally says, strengths become the standard. If you buy a $50,000 car, It's a luxury car with leather interior and a beautiful sound system, and it's a comfortable ride, it's smooth. You expect all of those things. It's expected. It's the standard because you're spending $50,000. People expect that to be that way. However, when you can catch someone off guard and you can be a bit different, it's very powerful. Now, that doesn't mean you need to be a Prince or David Bowie, or it doesn't mean you need to be so outlandish that you're a court jester and not a marketer. It does mean that it's okay to add a bit of color and flavor to what you do. And I promise you, as long as you can deliver on results, people don't care. In fact, what will happen is people will pay you attention because it's fun and entertaining. When you were in school, did you like to learn from the teacher that was fun and energetic, or dry and boring? Did you like to learn from the teacher that was engaging and had a sense of humor? Or did you like to learn from the dry professor? Maybe they taught math and it was all business all the time.
People different is better than better.
Okay. Now, here's the good news. You're already different. You don't have to even try at this stuff, because as humans, we all come packaged in this amazing form. There's never been anybody else like you on the planet. There will never be anybody else like you in the future. You simply have to be brave enough to step forward and maybe share a little bit more than you were willing to share before, to find what people mention about you that is different and incorporate that. And one of the best ways you can do that is to simply play your hand. At the beginning of the call, I mentioned, a lot of people feel they don't have anything interesting. Or, Brian, I'm just getting started. I don't have that great of results. And you know what's so funny is that's such a shame. Because when you're just getting started, you know what hand that is? That's the frickin' rookie hand. And everybody before they're a pro is a rookie. And one of the things that drives sales is relatability. And that is, can people relate to you? And if you're a rookie and they're a rookie, it's really easy for them to relate to you. So let me give you a clue how you can play the rookie hand. Brian, I'm just getting started. You write an email, you film a video, or you create a sales page and you say, my name is Brian G. Johnson, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a professional chef. This marketing stuff is a little over my head, but it's interesting to me. So over the last few months, I've been poking around and experimenting, and lo and behold, holy smokes, poof, pixie dust, I stumbled across something that's pretty amazing. And I want to show you what that is, and you might find it helpful. And that, my friends, is how to play your hand. Now, I play the authority card because I've been at this game a while. I can't play that rookie hand anymore. When I partnered with Aidan Booth, Aidan came in through one of my programs. And he was a student for several years. And then he showed interest in creating a product. He was doing gangbusters, and we were having meetings often. And we decided to partner on a product together. I was already spending a bunch of time. And we played the rookie card because that's what Aidan had at his disposal. The very best people that live a life that you can't even imagine, they all start and they do the best they can with what they have. It's okay to dream big. Be brave, stake your claim, play your hand, and be you. Now, the other thing that's really awesome about being different, like, look at this picture. Like, I remember when I went and took my professional photos, I hadn't seen a lot of people do these quirky kind of things. I mean, sure, like comedians and stuff, or goofy TV commercials. Maybe on the Super Bowl, the ones that do really well and whatnot, but not a lot of marketers, maybe Andy Jenkins a little bit. But I thought, why not? Why not take a chance? And I don't want to be a guy in a suit. I did not want to wear a suit when I became an entrepreneur. I wanted to do something more fun. And it turns out that it's really powerful because when it comes to the web, you've got 8 seconds to grab someone's attention. That's less than a goldfish. 8 seconds to inspire them to click on your link, to visit your website, to watch your video. And by leveraging that different is better, it's powerful and it can get the ball rolling. And furthermore, it can differentiate you from your competition. When you get good at this, you're the only one that can deliver the kind of product and the kind of value that you can deliver. And again, we all start from the beginning. I didn't leverage that goofy card until I learned about it. I had to study this stuff for many, many, many years. I wish I would have studied this back in the day, but I'm not a big fan of woulda, coulda, shoulda. I did fine with what I had. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't incredibly good looking, but I just stepped forward and you can do the same thing. Now, step 5 is expediting the online buying process. And like I said, as we continue to carry on, we're going to dive deeper and deeper, and we're going to get more tactical, and we're starting to get there now. Remember earlier I talked about making it easy for people to get to know and like you? Well, what's so interesting is that so many people are afraid of that, and people don't give you their money until they get to know you and they trust you. Yeah, they might buy a $7 WSO, but I mean, is that how we want to spend the rest of our life, peddling $7 WSOs and there's nothing wrong with that. I like front-end offers too. But if you want to sell a $2,000 package, if you want to do coaching at $500, if you want to be at a higher level, then it's really important that people get to know and like you. And if it's a thing that you're not doing, then it's almost impossible to get great results. And my book was really built around this phrase. If people like you, then they'll listen. But if they trust you, they'll do business with you. So this is where, like I said, Trust Funnel started. I thought, gosh, I've been doing this SEO thing for a long time, and it's changed. Google Panda had been out for a year and a half, 2 years. It wasn't no longer feasible or possible just to put up some hacked website that drove crazy amounts of traffic. And furthermore, this is what kills me. Knowing what I know is just as good as the damn hacks that people are selling right now. I just saw the latest hack about YouTube. It's so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I'm spazzing out, but I'm just speaking from the heart. It's so stupid. You're supposed to get this software and you get a video and then you make it like it's a live stream, but it's not. And then you click this other button. And meanwhile, I'm making videos and uploading them and I'm ranking just as well. And I'm driving traffic and I'm getting likes and I'm making money. And I'm building a business. And that's the difference. So how do we optimize our website to make it easy for people to get to know us? Well, first of all, use your picture. If your picture is not on your website, then add it. Make it easy for people to get to know who you are. Make a video. If you're afraid of video, okay, well, maybe do a voiceover. Voiceovers are awesome. A lot of the videos I do are voiceovers. Perfect. Tell a story. Tell how you went through something and come out the other side. Tell how you struggled and failed. That's okay to share. I failed and I share that and people go, huh, he struggled too. But he's doing okay. Sign your name to your emails, your blog posts. Associate you with the content you publish. That's optimizing your site. And we're going to continue to dive deeper and deeper what that really means. Here is the website I built probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I can't wait to release the new website I've been working on for about 10 months. Really fantastic. And as soon as you land on my website, you see a picture of me acting kind of quirky and goofy. And I was never really a fan of the colors, but that's neither here nor there. But it is a picture of me. And when you start sharing your experience, when you start sharing what you know, and you make it easy for people to connect a person to the content they're consuming, you're going to be more likely to get shares because people will get to know, like, and trust you. This is a great example. This is an article I posted on easy graphic design software, and it's free. It was based on a tutorial around Canva. Now notice right to the right is a picture of me. It's Brian G. Johnson, Marketing Easy Street. He's a serial entrepreneur, author, speaker. He's a poodle wrangler. And that blog post was shared like a ridiculous amount of time. Check out the LinkedIn shares. 806 LinkedIn shares. And one morning I look at my analytics and kaboom. Now, instead of chasing link building PBN things and pay to get a link, I just focus on creating good content. I focus on building a brand. I do the stuff that the companies do, like Coca-Cola or Apple or these are the kind of branding things I study, and then I do my best to do the Brian Johnson version. And it works really well. Like, check out, this is another list of words. This was something that I had put together. I had outsourced a list of 1,500 headlines that were used on ClickBank back in the day. And then we took those headlines and we broke them down into persuasive words and phrases. And then I incorporated that in a product. And then 3 years later, I posted the list to my blog. 1,500 persuasive words and phrases that sell. And Jameis thought, hey, check it out. You can swipe these thanks to Brian. And when one person shares, it's going to impact other people. That's how influence and persuasion works. And all of a sudden, then Darren is like, hey, check out this cool article, 1,500 selling phrases and words. And then someone in that stream of activity happened to have a website. It was like Renegade Marketing or something. And they actually did a blog post and they linked back to my site. This is how I get links. I don't worry about hokey stuff that I know is just too good to be true. And it's hokey, right? Instead, I just focus on creating value, and I get links and I get shares and I get traffic and I build a list and so on. So this is kind of my theory on websites and social media. And now I want to share with you, I create content, and now when people land on my site, I want to get something out of each visitor. Whether they share my content, that's helpful because then maybe more people will see it. Or maybe they sign up to my email. That's good because I can contact them in the future. Or maybe they buy a product or service. That's good because I can put money in the bank, right? I can pay my bills. And one of the things that it's important to study then is conversion. So first comes the ability to drive traffic, and I've shown you some of how I do that. And there's also Google rankings and YouTube rankings and lots of things. But now we're going to talk about conversions. Now, when it comes to a website, and I got to tell you, this kind of kills me because so many people are making this mistake. And that is they're adding opt-ins and they're putting buttons in places that are just never going to get any juice. They're never going to get any action. They're never going to get anybody signing up to a list, buying a product. And if they do, it's such a small percentage that you would starve to death. And the phenomenon behind this is called banner blindness. Does anybody here know what banner blindness is? And I'm just kind of curious. Let's just kind of check in. Do you guys know what banner blindness is? A little sip of water. All right, so Hugh, and I figured Hugh, great to see you here, Hugh. And John does. And Diane says, people don't pay attention to them. Right, people are. And Elaine, love to see you here again, Elaine. Elaine has been in many of my coaching programs. She's at all these webinars. You know, we've got a coaching webinar, Elaine, on Thursday, as you saw from the email. But Elaine came up with a great answer, and that is people are desensitized to banners. And the idea is simple. Like if you go to watch your favorite TV show, you're not there to watch the commercials. And when a commercial comes on, you go to the bathroom, you pop popcorn. If you're me, you probably go get some ice cream. You know, people love to buy, but they hate being sold to. And if someone lands on your website, they're there to see the content. If you post an article to Facebook and you're lucky enough to grab someone's attention and they pay you attention, that's a big deal. But don't think for a minute they're going to add their name and email address to that opt-in in your sidebar, because they could give a rat's butt about your opt-in in your sidebar. They're there for the article. So I started thinking about this, and I started thinking about how can I optimize my website. I thought, well, maybe I should start building my blog posts more like sales pages. And what does that look like? Well, I have stuff in my sidebar, like I have my book. And the reason I do is I don't expect people to buy it, but I want people to know when they land on my site, oh, this is the website of an author. It's an authority grab, right? But what I do is I create an in-depth article that's truly helpful. I might spend, 3 hours on it. And that's kind of crazy, but my business revolves around driving free traffic and building a list. And what I can tell you is every day I have about 10 people join my list. No product launch, no joint venture thing. Just I have websites, I have videos, I have stuff happening on the web, and every day it's 6 people, it's 10, it's 16 people joining my list. And this is what kicked it off. Instead of having my opt-in in the sidebar, this is an opt-in in the sidebar. It don't work. I mean, sure, you get an opt-in once a month, but I did this, and my opt-ins increased by 10 times. And in the middle of the article, and that's what people want, I have a video. Now, I don't have the video at the top, and I don't have the opt-in at the top, because quite frankly, if someone is at the top of an article, I haven't earned that opt-in yet. I haven't given anything to that person who's reading my article. They're not there to give me their email address. They're there to satisfy their own need, and they're there to gain value from my article, hopefully. See, and that's the key, hopefully. We're pretty skeptical online. So what I do is I create lots of amazing content, and then halfway down, I add a video, and the video says, hey, it's Brian G. Johnson. You know, if you are publishing on Kindle and you want to supercharge your results, I'd love to give you this free video, case study, white paper, whatever. So just add your name and email address below, and I'll make sure you get that information pronto. And I did that, and all of a sudden I went from 1 opt-in a day or no opt-ins a day to, like I said, 6, 10, 15. And I want to show you what, like, let's say 10 opt-ins a day can do for your business. Now, it's interesting, on the first month, it's kind of like the difference of having maybe 45 people opt into your list. Let's say the old average for Brian was 1.5 people opting in a day. Right, 1.5 people opt into my list a day. On average, that's 45. So the blue bar represents how many people are opting in on month 1, 45. Or I make a few changes. I spend less than maybe 3 or 4 hours. And at the end of month 1, I have 450. Now, it continues to get more interesting as time progresses. After 3 months, it's the difference of 135 or 1,300. And by month 6, we're talking about the difference of 2,700 people. That's nearly 3,000 people, or 300. That's a huge difference. Now, let's add into some marketing goodness on top of this. We all know about affiliate programs here. I don't think there's anyone that really doesn't, right? And even if you have your own products or services, you can apply what I'm sharing tonight to drive traffic, build a list, and sell your own stuff or your own services. But check this out. If there's an affiliate promotion that comes along after the 6-month period, and you haven't leveraged what I just shared with you, you would have a list of 270 people. Now, if you're an average affiliate, you're going to convert at somewhere around maybe 1, 2, maybe 3%. So if you convert 3% of 270, you're going to make about $400 on a $97 product. Or, and this is where things really heat up. See, I don't just convert well with my opt-ins, but I convert well when I sell. And I'm going to show you how I do that in the next 6 or 8 minutes. So I don't convert at 3%, I convert at 9%. And I don't have a list of 270 people. I have a list of 2,700 people. So it's 2,700 divided by the 9% or the 9% conversion. And instead of generating $400, I generate $1,200. I'll draw your attention to that image that I shared with you back from 2008. Brian Johnson converting like a madman. And how do I do that? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you as we move forward. Is this helping? Is this interesting on any kind of level? Is this something that you can see yourself implementing? Like these types of strategies? All right. I'm glad you guys are digging this. All right, so let's carry on. Because like I said, I know it was a little fluffy in the beginning. But here's the thing. Oftentimes what we think is fluffy can be very powerful. And one of the words I used at the beginning of the presentation was foundation. You see, you can't convert like a freaking madman if people don't know, like, and trust you. You can't convert at 9%. It's impossible. In fact, how many times have you seen people jaded, pissed off, and they're almost filled with hatred? That's the opposite of trust. This isn't super sexy. This is not some damn push button thing, but here's what I got for you. Most of the time, those things really don't help you long term. They can be a flash in the pan, and what's so sad for me is I see people like spend their life away on $37 products that promise the moon and $27. And this, my friends, is how you totally revamp your life. You make one decision to do one damn niche and you go all in. You create one damn website and you create content based on what you love, what you do, what you know. And then you go to step 7. And let me minimize some of these questions and boxes so I can see the screen a bit better. And here's the other hard truth. You know, a lot of people that want that $10,000 a month, that $20,000 a month, that want to be able to generate $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, they don't publish enough. I want you to think about the most successful people that you see. How often are they publishing to Facebook? Or maybe their jam and jelly is videos and they're uploading videos regularly. Or maybe they really are into the science of list building or selling t-shirts, but they're doing it. They're in there. And most people just don't publish enough. It's important to focus on a plan of action that allows you to set up one website, right? So you decide, I'm going to go into muscle building. I'm really into health and fitness. So I'm going to start off with my site, and then in order to drive traffic, I'm going to leverage YouTube because I know I'll have an easier time ranking videos using YouTube rather than a brand new blog, and I'll funnel traffic from YouTube to my website. Or maybe you're like, I love being social and chatting, and I've got friends on Facebook. I make a lot of money on Facebook. It's really cool. The other month, I sold out 12 seats of a workshop at $97. So when most people have speaking things where people can show up free, I charge $97 and we put in 12 people. I did that with Felicia Slattery. And then at the end, we sold $2,000 packages and we closed 25% of the room. I'm not big on math, but that was a good day. So again, establish that website and then decide how you want to send traffic. Don't jump on Kindle because everyone says it's the best. Choose Kindle because you're excited about writing. You're excited about creating ebooks. Maybe you outsource. Don't choose YouTube because Brian Johnson says it's the best. Choose YouTube because you're excited about video, right? Figure out the thing you want to do and then do it. Now, for me, because I've been around a long time and I just generally love digital marketing, I've done Kindle and YouTube and Facebook and some Instagram and a little bit of Twitter, and I'm not on LinkedIn. So if you wanted some LinkedIn training, then this isn't the place. But anyway, I can help you with Google and SEO and videos for Facebook or YouTube and the difference in sales and conversions and lots more. Now, Amazon is really cool because it increases your authority like that. Even with an ebook, you release an ebook, you're an author, boom. And what's really cool is you can drive traffic. A lot of my ebooks drive traffic back to my websites, and then people opt in. So if you were to buy this book, Aidan bestseller, you'd see links back to a landing page that has videos that people watch and they like, and then they opt into a list, and then they're on my list. So I didn't start publishing ebooks because I was excited for ebooks. I wanted to rank in Google and Amazon. And rank in Amazon I have and I do. And here's some more proof. So smoothie recipes for weight loss book. This is a real search term. By the way, smoothie recipes for weight loss, that gets like tens of thousands of searches a month on Google. And if you add book, it gets, I don't know, maybe 1,000 a month. And on Amazon, it gets a crazy amount of traffic. And that little ebook, right, smoothie recipes, number 2 there, that made me thousands of dollars, and I outsourced it. So it's just learning the tactics of self-publishing, of digital marketing, and so on. Now, like I said, maybe you want to be on Facebook. Now, I think it's really smart that every marketer is on Facebook. If you're a marketer and you're not on Facebook, then it's not bad, and there are plenty of marketers that aren't on Facebook, but it's the number 1 social media site on the planet. In fact, it's the number 1 site on the planet. And there are lots of people there at Facebook, and you can let people get to know you. You can share and engage with other people. You can get to know them. You can say hello. Like Hugh, you had your live stream. I dropped in right at the end. It was good to see you live streaming. I heard that you're from somewhere in the UK, I believe, or across the pond. That's probably more politically correct. I have a better shot of being correct. and I do that. And it's been very profitable for me. And it doesn't take a ton of time, 20 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day. Skip a day when I want. And the thing that's really interesting is over time I've built up a network because I focus not on fooling algorithms, but I focus on, remember we talked about inducing button pushing, and I focus on creating content that people would like. I don't try to mislead people. I don't try to abuse people or do some like black magic voodoo, but I am aware of marketing tactics and persuasion and books like Influence by Cialdini, which is an amazing book and covers things like reciprocity and liking and authority. And I apply those in an ethical way, and it works out great. Check this out. 62 people hit the like button. I bet you that post was viewed by hundreds of people, and this is under 2 hours. Now, that's a lot of people seeing my stuff. And check this out. 7 years ago, researching the internet, how to make money, I found a YouTube video from Brian G. I got his stuff, blah, 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 30 days, I start making money. So I stay in contact with David to this day because of Facebook. And because I'm publishing and learning and studying, because I'm a student, because I'm a practitioner of marketing, just as much as I'm a teacher, then I can, share what I know about marketing with David. I can share these ideas, and we can meet up on Facebook, and it's very powerful. Furthermore, if I do leverage, if I have a book launch, like this screenshot was from my book launch, or if I have a product launch, I just posted some stuff lately about a new project that I've been working on, and people have been sharing like mad. In fact, when I launched my book, this page was shared 970 times. And what's so crazy is that everyone is like focused on the goofy, or they're focused on all the tech whiz bang. The launch video was filmed on my iPhone. It was edited on my iPad using iMovie. It was short, sweet. I canned the fancy video, and it did great. Because I focused on what was most important. I focused on button pushing by creating content that was different, engaging, and made people smile. And again, check out the caption at the bottom. A little quirky. Share this page and feed a poodle. I have two, and they're hungry, yo. No poodles were harmed in the making of this video. And I share who I am. People know I have dogs. People know I live in Colorado. I've made it easy for people to get to know, like, and trust me. I'm a little different, and it freaking works like gangbusters. Now, I gotta tell you, I thought I loved video before, but man, I decided to really focus on video this year. I'm actually writing a new book. I've written 40,000 words, and I've been in the trenches heavily researching since November. And on March 1st of this year, I launched a new channel, and I'm seeing incredible results. People subscribing to my channel at a fast rate, videos ranking for very tough things, and I'm not using any loopholes or hacks. And I can tell all the secrets in a book, and I don't have to worry about Google banning me because it's ethical and it's smart. And at the end of the day, you know what? To me, this is what makes sense. Build something for the long term, focus on human beings, focus on adding value, and you'll go very, very far. Check this out. Okay, now we're going to start getting into some how Brian does product launches. Easy VSL review. There are 1,880 results. And there's an ad, and then there's Brian G. Johnson. Boom. There's Perry talking about his rubber mats. Here's Brian Johnson doing a simple screen capture. It's not fancy or sexy, but it gets great results. Now, what I'm going to share with you now is step-by-step how I do product launches. And remember early in the call I mentioned leveraging authority? Well, we're going to get into that right now, and I'm going to show you how you can basically copy what I have. So Wayne Gretzky talks about a good hockey player plays where the puck is, and a great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be. One of the things that I started doing years ago was not so much to like look at the search terms and like, okay, so health and weight loss is a driving insane numbers, or how to train your dog is a popular search term. But I wanted to know what would be brand new search terms that never existed before. And you can do this across multiple niches. This is not just internet marketing. This is not just affiliate marketing. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in a minute. Now, Google Trends is a good indicator as to what people are interested in right now, what's trending. And here you can see a launch calendar for product launches. So Hugh, you study this stuff all the time. And Brian Basilico, you know this. But I bet as we go forward, there will be some things that I'm doing that you might be able to do to add to your arsenal and increase your earnings as well. So what I do is I'm not looking to promote every damn launch, but I am looking for things I'm interested in. Like when I see a video launch coming up, and I'll go check out the product. And if the product is in alignment with what I'm interested in, then I'm going to promote it. And case in point, that's worked out really, really well for me. Now I mentioned being able to think about what people are going to search for in the future. Brand new search terms that aren't really popular today, but in, let's say, 60 days, right? 2 months from now, a month from now, will be very popular. And I thought, I wonder what would happen if I created some costume websites. And here's one website where I focused around Spock costumes, Spock from the Star Trek series. And this one website ranked #1 in Google for Spock costume. It ranked #1 in MSN for Spock costume. And it ranked #1 in Yahoo for Spock costume. And I launched this website in 2009. And does anybody have an idea how I was able to predict that search term would be popular? And once in a while, I like to ask questions because I like to engage you guys. And Sherry's here. Hey, great to see you. Halloween. Well, that's absolutely true. Marco, that's right. Marco knows, and Elaine knows. The movie was coming out. That's right. Looking at previous trends. Not quite. But Sue got it. And that was that the movie was about to come out. So I did some research, and I had learned that they were going to release a new Star Trek movie. And the Star Trek movie, I think it was like going to come out around summertime. Summertime is a great time of year to start predicting when certain costumes might explode. Case in point, you can go to the Internet Marketing or Internet Movie database, and you can go to their new movies section, their coming soon section, and you can look and find lots of new movies. And I saw Star Trek, and I thought, Kirk costume, and I couldn't register that as a domain. It was taken. But then I thought, well, how about Spock costume? And it was available, and I grabbed it. And what's really fun is that year, I launched about 250 websites just like my Spock costume. And that year, I made about $25,000 with about 30 or 40 hours of work. Pretty awesome. And it's all based on thinking, what are the things that drive my industry? So Sue, if you're in health and fitness, and I don't know if that's the niche you want to go into, or maybe you're really interested in photography, well, you can learn about maybe new cameras that are going to come out, right? Or you can do some research on products coming out around health and fitness, a new supplement, a new health shake, a new book by a fitness guru, and you can create content around those things, and you can publish them to your website. And instead of competing with millions and millions of other web pages that are trying to rank for dog training, you're ranking for Spock costumes, and it's a walk in the park. And lots of you can do that here. Sherry, you can do the same thing in your niche as well. It's really just identifying what's going to happen soon. And remember, I mentioned I'm on Facebook. Well, check this out. November 24th, about like a year and a half ago, just had a convo with my buddy Brad Goss, shared interesting sites on Flippa, has a launch coming up on December 18th, Flip Repeat. And you'll notice my comment, oh, thank you, Flip Repeat bonus. Yes, please. So step one of what we're going to do. So how do we do this? So at this point, what I've shared is I'm thinking what's going to pop in the future. I'm thinking Halloween costumes, books by people that have authority, new shows like Game of Thrones. People are talking about the Game of Thrones right now. If you're a celebrity YouTuber like Casey Neistat, you're talking about Game of Thrones just like Casey did the other day. So here's what I do, and this is different than what everybody else does. You see, what everybody else does is they start pushing a commercial on their list. That works, and you can make some money. If you want to convert like a crazy man and increase your conversions by 3 to 4 times, then do this instead. So what I do is I identify, a product that I'm interested in promoting, and then I try to come up with a piece of content that I feel would be helpful to my audience, regardless if they buy or not. So what I did with this piece of content was I wrote a piece of content about video, the tools that were coming out, and why video is so important. Like, get on the video bandwagon. It's a big deal. And I entitled the post like the marketing revolution of 2015. And this product had come out just in the beginning of the year. And I grabbed the line from Chasey Trapman talking about a revolution, which was a song she released, and I wrote a blog post about that. Then I sent people on my list to this blog post. It's not about like, here's my bonus, this is a thing you should buy, which when you do that, it's a little bit like I'm a little guarded right now because you want my money. That's kind of what it feels like for a lot of people. Not maybe everybody on your list, but for a lot. So for me, it's just a blog post talking about video and what's important. And by the way, there's this cool thing coming out. I'm going to tell you more about it in a few days. So it's very much like a pre-launch, right? So that's part one, a content-driven blog post tied to a product. It's not salesy, okay? Now, what I do is I identify what people are going to be searching for later if they want to buy this product. So I'm thinking about words like bonus, review, demo. Do you remember this? Oh, it's way back here. Oh, here we go. Look at this video here. Easy VSL review, hands-on demo. So there you see review, there you see demo, and there you see 1,880 results. Do you remember when I mentioned YouTube and the driving factor is freaking watch time? It's not how many stupid embeds you get. I'm sorry, but I get pissed off about people peddling crap online. And they don't, it's like what I'm telling you is not what I figured out. It's readily available if you know where to look. I can show you blog posts from YouTube. They're like, we reward people that create videos that keep people watching longer. Those aren't my words, that's YouTube. Okay, so I create these kind of videos, and guess where I put them? I put them on a blog post about video, and I mention a product in a few days. Now, why this works so well is if people on my list don't buy, I educated them. I shared some ideas about how they can move forward and what's important, what I consider important. And then a few days later, and again, I optimize, I include words like review, demo. I put those keywords in the title and the description. I always create unique content, and it's a bit more work, but you saw the results. People are like, oh, it's so hard to write. I don't want to write. Well, pay someone to write. That's cool. Pay somebody to write. No problem. But do know that if you use 100% unique content, you have a far better chance of ranking. And to me, it just makes sense to go the extra mile and rank, high and drive more traffic and make more money. So then I make a few videos about the product. Remember the one about talking about a revolution? Well, check it out. Easy VSL bonus review, and then easy VSL bonus, easy VSL review. So different videos, same thumbnail. Oh, and then there's a different video for the bonus. And notice in this search term, there's all kinds of other videos. And out of the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of the first 5 videos, I've got 3 positions. Okay. And what I do, obviously, is I include some of those videos in the first blog post, and people watch the video, and that adds to my watch time, and that's why I'm able to rank well, right? Now, later what I do, after I send people to the blog post and I talk about the revolution, right? After I send them to this, then the next day I go back and I add some more, and I make it a bonus page, and I turn it into this. Now it's easy VSL bonus and review. And I email those people again and I say, hey, it's Brian. And a few days ago I told you about video, and video has always been a challenge. And one of the things I've had a challenge with is making these video sales letters. And there have been a lot of good software products on the market, but I'm kind of a fan of this style of video. And now there's a tool that will allow you to do just that quickly and easily. It's called Easy VSL. and I've created a bonus. And if you remember, I talked about why these types of videos are powerful. And I did really well in the sales promotion. Now check this out. I've got videos ranking like crazy on YouTube. I'm ranking number 2 for Easy VSL on Google. I'm posting to Facebook, and I'm talking about the 2015 digital marketing revolution. Now, furthermore, I want you to think about Facebook. People don't like commercials. People don't like being sold to, but they love to buy. So the first time I send content to Facebook, it's not a buy thing. It's like, hey, this is a blog post about digital media in video. And there's nothing about a bonus. And what that did was sent a lot of people off Facebook to my landing page. And this is the kind of marketing that I do. And it's powerful as all get out. And it's just taking some of the same principles that other people talk about, but packaging them in a way that gets better results. Now, guess what do you think happens when people on Facebook start asking, hey, I saw this video thing. Who's got the best bonus? Well, because I'm genuine with people, because I build relationships, all of a sudden people are like, oh, Brian G. Johnson's got a great bonus for that product. That's other people promoting and supporting for me, and that's pretty awesome. And Kim bought, and so did all kinds of other people, and there you can see the sales. And I want to let you know, this is really, really important. When I started out in 2007, I didn't have a book called Trust Funnel. I didn't have a lot of products. I didn't have a list of 30,000 people. I didn't have all that authority, but I used similar strategies, and I built a list, and I sold products for other people. And when it was my turn to promote a product of my own, I had people ready to support me because I had sold their products. So don't think that this only works for me because you're a big wig marketer, Brian. No, it worked for me, and how I got here today is because I did what I'm sharing with you. And I'm pausing, and I'm taking time to really pinpoint what we're talking about, because if you're that one person that might be thinking, you can do it because of this or that, I want to say no. Change your thinking, change your life. If I did it, you can do it too. I'm not the sharpest pencil. I've just work a little bit harder, and it's allowed me to enjoy things that I absolutely love. And 86 sales the first day, $2,300, and the next day more money. And today, $2,000 a day, $2,300 a day, $4,800 a day, $1,100. And it's all based on the same stuff I've been doing for a long, long time. And people do this too. This is a different product. This is the Venus factor, right? And here people are like, they're targeting Venus factor reviews. I hope that was helpful. And I hope I delivered on sharing ideas with you that you might not have seen before, sharing ideas that will allow you to take what you've got now and improve it. Or if you're at a crossroads where just nothing is really working and you need a fresh start, I hope that I've inspired you to believe it's possible, because it absolutely is. Melissa dared to dream. Melissa staked her claim, and she started generating serious results within weeks of working with me. And Mario jumped into some of my programs and generated $11,000 within a few months. $11,000 within months. What I've shared with you are real methods based more on principles of marketing that will be around forever. What we're talking about is persuasion. What we're talking about is building relationships with people and learning to add value in a way that only you can add value. That will never change. Hacks come and go. This is for real. This is forever. And now it's your turn. And there you have it. So that is what I do. And I just absolutely love digital marketing. I love telling stories. I love interacting with Sue and Hugh and John and Elaine and all these people that turned out tonight. And I want to let you know that it's your turn. And what's really exciting is I just launched my Trust Funnel Academy 2.0. This is a brand new program based on my book that I released last year, and this year there's new material because that's just kind of how I am. I'm a student of marketing as much as I am a teacher. And the reason I can continue to teach is I keep learning, and I've added a bunch of new stuff this year that I'll be teaching. And if you guys would like, I'd love to tell you more about Trust Funnel Academy 2.0. This is not a $37 product. This is a true coaching program where you work with me over a period of months. There's live webinars. You have email access to me. And if you guys would like to learn more about that, I'll start to share and tell you what it's all about. And Brian, yes, 2.0, baby. All right, so we have some yeses. People want to know about the program. All right, so let's carry on here. So this is what I got, guys. Trust Funnel Academy. This is your 90-day journey to traffic, conversions, and income, and the freedom you and your family deserve. This is the real deal. This is real marketing. This is not a hack or something like this. And what exactly do I get? What is it all about? Well, it's a 90-day private group coaching tailored to you and your specific business. Okay, this is a $4,000 value, and I'm going to go through all the stuff you get. But this is something that's literally, it's starting this week. We had our introduction last week. So you didn't really need to be there for the introduction, but this program will close in a number of days. And it's not the whole like this thing is going away in the next 2 minutes, but it is closing in a few days because you can't join in 6 weeks because we'll be far into the material. You show up, we have live webinars, I work with you. This is how I run my business. I do true coaching, and these programs start on a certain time, they end in a certain time, and when you're done, you won't believe what you have created that changes your life. So what is it? Well, this is a done with you program. Way better than a done for you. How many here have had one of those done for you? We're going to do it for you and you're going to make all kinds of money. I've never spoken to someone that's paid the $1,000, $2,000, $4,997 that had something created that made them money. I've never seen it work. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have someone create a beautiful website for you, but you can't have someone give you a money-making business for $1,000. Doesn't work. This is 12 weeks of in-depth traffic and conversion training, coaching, implementation, and feedback. Each week, you get a 60 to 90-minute step-by-step video-based training that covers the trust funnel systems. Now, you have access to these trainings right now. Okay, they're 60 to 90 minutes in length. They're modules, and each module covers one specific thing like Facebook or self-publishing or launching that website. Now, this Thursday night, we've got a webinar where I'm going to go in deep, and I'm talking about very deep. This was a big overview tonight, but Thursday we're going very deep into niche selection and how to determine if there's enough money in a niche you're interested in. And each week you get easy to implement action plan and assignments with checklists, procedures, which also accompany the by the hand video tutorials. So you know exactly what you need to do. And you get to attend live webinars with me where you can ask questions. I can give you feedback. I can answer any questions you have that are specific to your niche or any questions that you have that are specific to the strategy that I'm teaching and more. Furthermore, and this is what makes this so powerful, is that your material is reviewed. You can get feedback from me based on what you're doing. So if you've ever wondered, am I doing this right? Am I going to get the right kind of results that I want? If you've ever wanted to have someone to work with that will guide you step by step through the process, well, that's what I do. And I'm going to do something special for you guys, but I'm going to talk about what that is as we move forward. Now, like I said, it begins this week. It starts Thursday as our first live webinar. If you can't attend Thursday, webinars are always recorded and archived. In fact, you can watch all the webinars from last year. You can watch the webinar we had last week, and you'll be able to always access a replay. Now, and this is not just simply a one-size-fits-all. Again, I really tailor this to you. It's a true small coaching program with plenty of one-on-one interaction and feedback focused on your unique situation and lifestyle business. And this is what I love. This is what I do. I don't work with thousands of people. I don't release $7 WSOs. I put on these big coaching programs, and I get in there and I help and I work with you in establishing something that truly works. This is not about learning. It's about getting a high return on investment things done. In other words, you do this and it's going to get results. You're going to see an email list getting built. You're going to see a website that drives traffic. You're going to see videos if that's the route you decide to go. And we decide and we work on that together. Now, week 1 is the system overview and introduction. Okay, we're already done with that. We're into Trust Funnel Academy 2.0. And I also want to let you know that I'm tweaking the flow a little bit, and in week 2 here it says success philosophy. Now, I already did that in the introduction. If you want philosophy, you can study that. I've got plenty of information in the academy, but we're going to go right into niche selection, okay? We talk about brand building too, and that happens in week 3, and the secret sauce. And that's what I was talking about, different is better. There's not one super mega brand like Nike or Apple or Kentucky Fried Chicken that is like another brand. And I'm going to help you establish something that is unique, powerful, and that's the power of a brand. And in week 4, we talk Traffic 2016. This is really in-depth information for how to build a website and how to leverage the trust matrix in order to build something that truly drives traffic. And in week 5, you'll have access to the super niche markets, which is multi-sales channel. So in other words, what does that really mean? Digital super niche markets with multi-sales channels. Well, and again, this is kind of what separates me from other people. I'm sure other people have talked about this, but I don't hear it a lot, to be honest with you. I like to go into niches where I know I can sell a product on ClickBank if I want to. And at the same time, I can publish an ebook on Amazon, and I know there's an audience that will buy on Amazon, and I can make money with an ebook, and I can also make money on ClickBank, or maybe I want to publish on Udemy, and I know that the niche I'm going to go into is popular, and it's a money maker on all of those things. And you might say, but Brian, I don't want to do an ebook. Well, if you're making $25,000 a month in a year, you might change your mind and you might want to pay someone. And if you make a decision based on your niche now to make sure that there are sales flowing through a lot of sales channels, it opens up more opportunity, more leverage. It allows you to drive more traffic and ultimately make more money. And that's what's so powerful about this digital marketing system. And it's all about brandability in week 6. And that is how to launch a website and do it in a manner that it's not really about creating content, but what buttons do you push to gain trust and authority with Google immediately. And literally, you can go register a domain right now, and there are things that you can do to gain an advantage over other people. Like, let me give you a tip. Did you know that if you add an SSL certificate to your domain name, it's like a safety mechanism, it lets people know their transactions are secure. Do you know that Google gives a slight increase to Google rankings? You can buy better rankings for like $100 that lasts for a year. You might want to do that. Another thing you can do is instead of registering maybe a .info or a .net for a year, you can register a .com for 5 years. That gives you a boost. And when you start adding all of the stuff together, amazing things can happen. Now, in week 7, we go into push button SEO, and this is version 2.20012. And it's all about trust, traffic, and engagement. In other words, what are the things that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt can improve our visibility on Google, better rankings on Google, and how can we implement those things in an ethical and honest manner that we can't get penalized, but we can only gain good things, right? And that's what we'll talk about in week 7. And then in week 8, we're going to talk about the power of personal shared experiences. And this is how really to tell a story and how to put your spin on the things you do. And really, it's all about conveying how you can add value to people's lives in a way that only you can add value. You know, I think I've done a good job in sharing how this program is different and how I'm different from other people. And that's me sharing my personal experience with you. And everybody can do that. And we'll talk about how you can do that in week 8. Now, in week 9, we go through the 12-step Google ranking formula. And what I want to let you know is if you do these 12 steps and you follow this blueprint, you will rank better, period. I mean, my stuff ranks. It's always ranked. And it's just because I understand what Google wants. I understand what Google penalizes for. And I stay away from that. And I give them what they want. And I create content that induces that button pushing. And I get tremendous results. And I'll teach you to do the same in week 9. In week 10, we have the auto list building power in search engine marketing. So not so much search engine optimization, but it's more marketing. That's where we're at today. And this is a powerful module. In week 11, we'll go into Kindle authoring and how to self-publish. Now, what's really interesting about this program, in the first month, it's foundation. This is your niche. This is your brand. These are some things you can do to separate yourself. Halfway through, we start building a website to lay the next level of the foundation. And then the last month, we focus on how are you going to drive traffic. And I teach self-publishing. Maybe you want to do ebooks. And I'll make a great case for why you'll want to do ebooks. I'll share the good about ebooks and why you might want to do that. And at the same time, I'll do the same with video because I've done all of these things. And I'll teach and I'll give you the methods you can use, and we'll create a traffic plan based on you. It's not just this program is the way it is. It's always the same. There's a lot of content, and we can tailor it specifically to what you want to do. And then in week 12, it's video trust funnel. And what's really exciting is this is kind of where it goes into video trust funnel and video tube ritual, which tube ritual is a brand new book I started writing in November of last year. I'm 40,000 words in, and I am fired up and excited. I have got a lot of amazing, if you guys like trust funnel, I aim to please, and I am bringing the goods with Tube Ritual. Really excited. There are hints of Tube Ritual in this training because I made this training right when I started writing this new book. So pretty cool. So that's what we got. You also get a lifetime alumni status. In other words, when you buy into Trust Funnel Academy, you're a lifetime member. Now, I mentioned Elaine and that she's been a coaching student of mine. Elaine joined last year, and Elaine attended last year. And Elaine has done amazing things with her marketing. It's been so fun to work with her. And Elaine is here tonight, and she's going through the program again this year. And she's not paying because she has a lifetime status, and you'll have that too. You'll also get 1 year of alumni access to all the trainings, coachings, reports, checklists, or anything that I release over the coming year. Now, this is a biggie. If you join Trust Funnel Academy tonight and I release, let's say, a $37 product, or I do some kind of like Trust Funnel thing or a Tube Ritual thing for $97, you'll have access to that for free. Okay? Anything that I release over the next year, you have access because you're a Trust Funnel Academy member. Now, why this is important is because not of all the stuff you get, but where you're going to be at. At the end of our 90-day journey together, you'll have a clear understanding of exactly what works long term. Furthermore, you'll have the ability to wield the very success philosophy that I teach and implement myself. And you'll have an idea of a super niche. That is one that drives sales from multiple channels and that you can leverage in a digital marketing capacity. And you'll understand the power of building a brand, the core fundamentals of creating a brand that sticks out in the market, one that drives visibility, traffic, and results. This is powerful stuff. You'll have SEM power. What the heck is that? Well, it's search engine marketing. Not so much optimization, because optimization is for robots, and those days, my friend, are long gone. You'll also have the ability to really dive in deep with Brandability 202. And this is really how to launch your site in a way that gains you that authority and status quickly and easily with search engines. Furthermore, you'll have bones of the blog. You'll understand how to launch a website, and you'll launch a website based on the SEO Press Formula version 2.0. And you'll have the ability to create attention-getting information that pulls people in. And you'll be able to share your personal experience in a manner that really drives results. And furthermore, you'll know how to publish what I call anchor content. Okay, anchor content is powerful because it anchors your rankings, it anchors your trust, and it draws people in, and it builds a powerhouse of a business. And you'll have the ability to publish conversion content like a madman or woman. In other words, you'll build a website that converts people, and you'll build a list. You'll be able to email that list, and nothing is more powerful. If you want to drive sales to a service, email your list. If you want to promote a product, well, if you've got a list, you're not starting from zero. You've already got people that are interested in your products and services. And you'll have Insta authority. You'll publish content in the coming weeks and months that will increase your authority exponentially. And you'll have the ability to increase your social trust and traffic, and you'll have that working for you by leveraging Facebook in a manner that plain drives results. In fact, you saw the screenshot where people were recommending affiliate sales through me. People promote, support my stuff because I have created that social trust, and you can too. The Karate Kid, Luke Skywalker, Rocky Balboa, and Brett Favre all had one. So did a skinny kid from New Zealand named Aidan Booth, who has quickly dominated the internet marketing space in a matter of years. What's your plan? You can go it alone, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. And you can get where I've just shown you. You can get all that stuff done in 3 years, or you can supercharge your success over the next 3 months, and you can join me, and I can lay out a plan that is plain work for me and countless others. Now, this is not just show up and attend webinars. You're getting email one-on-one coaching with me. And what that is a full 90 days of access. You'll get direct question and answer access to me via a private email address. If you're unclear, you email me and I'll get back to you. If you're unsure about the best way to move forward, email me and we'll get it taken care of. Now, here's what I'm going to do. It says 90 days. But for anybody on this call, I'm going to extend that for the entire year of 2016. I'll give you the next, 7 or 8 months of direct email access to me, responding to you within 24 hours, Monday through Friday, usually 7 days a week. And I can because this is a smaller program. I don't have 2,000 students. You can ask me any questions and I'll answer them personally and directly. No outsourcing, within 24 hours, Monday through Friday. I have never offered this kind of personal access to me. And previously, I didn't know if I would ever really do this. So I've done this so very rarely. Now, I'll be honest. It says I've never offered. So I did last year for the first time. And I forgot to update that. So I like to keep things on the up and up. But I don't offer this very often because I can't. I can't offer this on every sales call because I'd have too many people and it wouldn't be feasible. But this is something that I don't offer often. I've offered it once, and now it's the second time. Now I charge $1,000 for a 1-hour consult, and that makes this an incredible value, valued at $4,000. Because again, you're not just getting email access to me, but you're getting email access to me through the entire year of 2016. And again, here's what Aidan Booth had to say when it comes to having that personal one-on-one coaching and mentoring. Aidan said, "Thank you for believing in me all those years ago. It's hard to imagine I could be doing this if I hadn't come across you and had your personal mentoring over all those years. I'll always remember the help you've given me." Now, Aidan has gone on to generate millions of dollars, and he is incredible to watch, and I feel so blessed to have been a part of his journey. And I'd like to do that for you as well. I'd like to support you in your journey, and I'd love for you to send me an email like this in October of this year, or December, or during the summer, or for us to start working in a capacity where you feel like I truly am a value and an asset to your business. Now, furthermore, it's just not email access. We have the opportunity to get together on a special one-on-one call. It's you and me, and we talk about your business that you're going to launch. And I call this a mission critical meeting because the fact of the matter is the way I do my marketing is not too complex. It's pretty simple. I don't have a lot of fancy sales funnel stuff. I share stuff on Facebook. I create a simple sales page. I speak in front of people. People buy stuff and I make money. And I'm able to do that because I've made some great decisions along the way. So it's simple, but if you get a few things wrong, it's impossible to make money. If you choose the wrong niche, impossible to make money. If you choose a niche that you're not fully committed to, or if you go into a niche where it's not believable, like you're doing something that you're not sure of yourself, well, I'm going to do my best to help you select something that makes more sense. Because if you mess up that niche selection, it's very hard to get results. And this is why I call it a mission critical meeting, because we get together one-on-one. Now, before we meet, you actually turn in some materials. You fill out some materials. We have a webinar, and the webinar leads up to this meeting, and then you send me an email, and then we meet, and we go over your plan of action for the spring and summer of 2016. And that's why I call it a mission critical meeting. Now, furthermore, I'm going to give you two, not just one, but I'm going to give you two. We're going to do one at the beginning, okay? So you can use the first call anytime during the first 90 days. So you decide when it makes the most sense, when you're ready, and we'll get together and we'll do the mission critical. You get a second call when we're done with Trust Funnel Academy 2.0. So when we're all done and you're wondering what's the best way to move forward, we can do another call at that point. And again, I normally charge $1,000 for a 1-hour consult. However, this makes these meetings an incredible value at $2,000. And Trust Funnel Academy, you get 90 days of private Trust Funnel group coaching. That's weekly webinars. That's valued at $4,000. And again, this is a done-for-you program. This is 12 weeks of in-depth traffic and conversion training, weekly webinars, and more. You get the step-by-step video training covering the entire system. You get easy to implement immediate action assignments with checklists and more. So you get started, you know where to go, what to do, how to move forward, and so on. You get 12 weeks of live and recorded Trust Funnel training webinars. Now, what's really cool is that these are very interactive. Get a microphone, ask me questions at the end. Let's dive in. That's what I'm here for. You also get review and feedback based on where you're at in the decisions you're making via email. And you get 90 days of one-on-one email coaching. However, because you're here tonight, I'm going to extend that all the way through 2016. That's also valued at $4,000. You get 2 private one-on-one coaching meetings with me. That's valued at $2,000. And that has a real-world value of $10,000. Okay, that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but I've been doing this since 2003. I've generated some serious results, and what I've learned over the years is valuable. And furthermore, I know that when we work together, the value you're going to get is going to far exceed the money you spend with me today. Now, I've got 8 spots left. There are already 40 plus people enrolled. We have our next webinar happening this Thursday. If you're not able to attend, well, there will be a replay. However, I would advise you to do your best to attend webinars when you can. And one of the things I do is as I ask people, hey, when are you able to attend some of these webinars live? I want to make it convenient for you. And at the same time, I try to accommodate everybody. So I do different varied times so everyone can participate live. Now, because my time is limited and valuable, and because I want to be able to give you as much individual one-on-one attention to your and your business during our 90 days together, I can only accept the first 8 people who join this evening. And this is not a false scarcity tactic. And the fact of the matter is that every offer you see today, there's a timer. There's the launch ending, and that's just the way the market is today. But what I can tell you is that you can't join this program in 2 months because I teach live in real time. This is your opportunity right now. We're at that pool, right? We're at that pool party I talked about. And it's time to get on the diving board. Instead of dipping your toe in the pool and wondering if it's going to work, really jumping in and committing yourself. So this is not some kind of false scarcity tactic. It's more that I close in a number of days because it's impossible for people to come in and feel confident. They feel like they're behind, it's not working, I can't catch up. I've done this for a long time. I've done coaching programs since 2010, and this is what works. And my integrity is worth far more to me than the money. So when the 18 spots, or it's actually down to 8 now, okay, when the 8 spots are gone, they are gone. Now, furthermore, you also get some bonuses. You also get Social Trust Funnel 2015 and beyond. This is additional live training and webinar, as well as by-the-hand video training. So this is a completely different training module you'll get based on the very tactics I use with Facebook. This is a webinar that is available right now to watch. It was recorded last year. It's very powerful, and it's helped me and lots of others to get tremendous results. Furthermore, you're also going to get SEO Press Formula 2.0. For those of you that may not know, and there's a lot of new people here that probably don't know, I released a SEO course back in the day called SEO Press Formula, and this is brand new that I recorded last year. It's very up to date. It's based on what I'm doing. In fact, right now, I'm building a new website based on this training, and it's powerful stuff. You'll have access to that as well. This is another live training webinar, as well as a complete additional video module you'll have access to. You also have access to a private Facebook group that is only for members of Trust Funnel Academy. And the last time I offered this training, I charged $497, and typically that's kind of that's what I charge. I usually charge $500 to $1,000 for my training programs because I put a lot into them. I don't kick out a product in a few days and it's 6 videos. I really put together comprehensive training programs that transform lives. That's what I'm into this for. My goal, as I mentioned, is to transform one person's life on this call tonight. And I want to know if you're that person, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this spring and summer, people will go through this training, they will come out the other side, and they will be better marketers for it. I've seen it year after year after year. Last year it was Martane. You might have seen him on a blab I did. Martin came in, he got my book, he was excited about my book. He sent me a private message. I want to buy into Trust Funnel Academy. I'm so excited. Your book is amazing. He was all in. He was doing a cannonball into that pool I talked about at the beginning of this webinar, and he's earning thousands of dollars right now. It's amazing. I'm so excited to have worked with him. Now you also get slides to this presentation, 4 brand new case studies that were created this year. You also get a private Facebook group for members of Trust Funnel Academy. So you're getting the 90 days of private Trust Funnel coaching. You're getting the Done With You program, 12 weeks of in-depth training, step-by-step videos, easy to implement action plans, review and feedback of your material. That's valued at $4,000. You're also getting not 90 days of one-on-one email coaching, but you're getting, like 7 or 8 months through the end of 2016, personal one-on-one email access to me. You're also getting 2 private one-on-one meetings, okay? So that's you and me meet together. That's valued at $2,000. You're also getting the bonuses, Social Trust Funnel, SEO Press, Facebook group, slides, and the new training. That's valued at $297. That brings the total to $10,691. Now here's what I got. My goal is to make this possible for everybody. My goal is to change lives. That's it. That's why I took the time to write a freaking book. It took time. It was hard. I took the time to create a tremendous academy program like this. That's the nuts and bolts, A to Z. You don't need anything else. You come in with this and you are set. And it took some time. But at the same time, I'm not going to charge $10,691 because I want you in. And I want to make it as easy for you to get in, but it's still worth my time. So you won't pay $10,000. In fact, you won't pay $4,997. I wrote this book. It took me 9 months to write. When I was done writing, I started implementing the launch of Trust Funnel. I started thinking about this coaching program. I started putting the pieces together for my book launch, and I started talking to my peers about what should I charge? And I can't tell you how many people said this is a $5,000 program. This to me sounds like $2,997. And to me, this is where this is at, $2,997. I mean, if you made back $3,000 in the next 90 days, would that be worth it for you? Because it's very, very possible with what I can share and teach you. However, you won't pay $2,997 because I want your case study, because I want your testimonial. Just like Aidan sent me, that's why I'm here on this planet. My goal is to inspire you to action, to help you stake your claim, to amplify your message, and inspire others to action, because I know that your message is important. I know the work that you do is powerful, and I know you can help other people, and I want to be a part of that. So when you're one of the first 8 people today, you get immediate action takers bonus. You can access Trust Funnel Academy for one payment of $1,597. And that's valid for the next 24 hours. And furthermore, I want to let you know, you can get started right now today for one payment of $597. Okay, you can get started today for one single payment of $597, and you'll have 2 remaining payments of $597. So if you access trustfunnelacademy.com, you'll find both payment options. And that again is at trustfunnelacademy.com. And when I say I've got 8 people left, When I get 8 people, the doors close immediately, and the doors will be closed in the next week. That's it. Simple as that. Because I know what happens when people come into a coaching program a month in. I've never seen someone come in a month and win. In fact, I can tell you that I've seen people somehow sneak in to my coaching programs. I closed them down. They found a buy link on some weird page, and they came in and they refunded 6 weeks later because they couldn't make sense of it. The reason I close is because class is in session this Thursday. If you can't make it Thursday, that's okay. There's a replay. I want to let you know a few things. You're going to need to set aside about 4 to 5 hours a week to make this happen. You're going to need some time to attend webinars. That's about an hour to an hour and a half a week. And you're going to need another hour or an hour and a half to study the materials. And then you're going to need a little time to build stuff. Okay, so it takes a little time. It takes a little energy. And I think that, finding that 5 to 7 hours a week to invest in your future is well worth the return that you can get. In fact, that's what I did, and they laughed at me at my chef job. And I put in my 2 weeks notice and I quit, and I'm so glad I did, because now I work probably 30 to 45 hours a week, and I get to play. I get to do stuff I like. Like, it doesn't seem like work because I got to decide for me. And that's what we got. So there's 8 seats left. And when they're gone, and the doors close, because I can't handle 50 or 100 new students with the workload and email support. However, there are 8 seats today. That's what we have got going. It's one payment of $1,597, or it's 3 payments of $597. You get a 60-day, no matter what, double your money back guarantee. Double your money back guarantee. Double your money back. If you're not satisfied, okay, if you're not satisfied with where you're at the end of 60, 90 days, you get with me at the end of the 60 days, I should say. And if you've implemented, if you've gone through the materials, and if you're saying it's not working, well, I'll give you your money back and I'll double it. As long as you take action and you show me that you're moving forward and you're implementing, I will pay you to give this a try. And why would I do that? Because I'm very confident in this program and I know what it does for people. Jump in and take action, and I'm very confident in making this double your money back guarantee. That's 60 days. TrustFunnelAcademy.com. I'll take questions in just a moment. Okay, guys? So this is Martin. Martin went through the program last year, and he's getting set up to go into a second niche. He's in the powerlifting niche, and he's been making tens of thousands of dollars by leveraging the Trust Funnel system. It's been such a pleasure to work with him. And I recommended, you're very smart, you hustle, and you should think about maybe setting something up for the future about marketing. So if you want to go into it, you've got a website. And he is purchased smalldosehustle.com. And it's been so amazing to work with Martin and be a part of his journey. And it's been so amazing to work with people like Elaine and Aidan Booth, and to watch Aidan Booth literally generate millions and millions of dollars, and being a part of his coaching and mentoring over the years. Aidan just did a launch that grossed $8 million. And it's been powerful, and I'm just so blessed. And I want to know if you're going to be one of those people that have joined me in the past and move forward and succeed. And it's, history repeats itself. Plain does. And I put out these programs based on what I do. I do the work, I study, I research, I test, and I teach the best, right? I get in there and I make a mess and I wait till the cream rises to the surface and I teach that stuff. And talk about supercharging and saving a tremendous amount of time. You don't have to go it alone. So that's what I got. Hey, Deborah, I wasn't sure if I'd see you tonight because I barely made it home in time. I was hanging out with Deborah Jason today earlier in Denver, and Hugh and Thomas. Wow, you guys, so many people here really into this program, and you all wanted to know about the training and the program and whatnot. And Hugh is in. Hugh, I hope I'm saying your name right. I believe that's right. I am excited to work with you, my friend, and I can't wait to. We're going to do big things together, and you're already out there, you doing it. And Sherry, it's wonderful to see you here. And Elaine says, thanks for your kind words. I'm very glad to be in your coaching program. Over the years, it's made a huge difference. Well, Elaine, it's a blessing for me to have you as someone I work with, and I feel so honored that I've been able to do that, and I feel so blessed, and I've been able to help so many people over the years. And Hugh is in. I think it's perfect too. I think it's going to be great for you, Hugh. John, I'm glad you felt this presentation was helpful. And I want to say a thank you for everybody for attending. And we still have a lot of people here. If you guys have questions, I'd love to take any questions that you, and Linda says, I'm in. So happy I'm in, Brian. Looking forward to learning from you. Linda, I believe you're going to be in Denver in a few days. Now, I'm funny, Linda, I'm giving this same presentation in Denver that I gave tonight. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I'm always tweaking and changing because I'm always learning. And Linda, I am so fired up to work with you because I've seen what you do, and we're both authors and we're passionate, and lots of people signing up. I am so blessed. I feel so honored to work with all of you. And yes, Sherry, I know who you are. Oh, it's pronounced Marie. Oh, so it's spelled like Sherry, but it's pronounced Marie. Okay, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to work hard at that. Holy smokes, but I'm going to see you on Facebook, my friend. Marie, I really appreciate you. I love your heartfelt messages and so on. Please read my email. John, I will do that. Did you email me at my primary email? I'm going to give everybody here my primary email. Please don't share this with others, or please don't spam me. I'm a little nervous already. Let me do this. Let me pull this up. I'm going to show a different screen. And what is this? Okay, so let me send you my coaching email, because I have a few email addresses, and I have one from like 12 years ago, and I get so much crap to it, it's hard for me to manage that one. So this is where anybody that has any questions, okay, feel free to contact me, and I'm going to blow this up. So if you're saying, hello, I can't read it, either could I. That's small. And let's see if I can. Okay, so guys, it's Brian Johnson Coaching at Gmail. And oh, you're not going to Denver this year. Okay. Oh, I thought you were. I thought, Linda, I thought you were heading to Denver. So I'm so glad that you're on this tonight, and I'm really excited to work with you, Linda. So fantastic. And Marie Bessie, I do appreciate you, and I do mean that. Facebook email. Okay, John. Okay, I can find that. I'm good at that. Marie, here's what I'm going to do. We're pals. And I can tell you that right now, I know there's probably 5 or 6 spots left. No matter what, I will save you a spot because we know each other. I want to work with you. Talk to your husband. If it makes sense, if it's a fit, fantastic. If not, then maybe some other time. I'm just glad that I've been we're pals on Facebook because I think you're fantastic. I would love to work with you. If it works out, fantastic. And say hi to your husband for me. I know you're recently married. That's great. Excuse me, guys. I've been doing a fair amount of talking today. I'm going a little hoarse. Thomas says, can we come to your house for a party? Actually, if you're in the area, you bet. I'll cook you a marvelous dinner and make you some nachos, or we'll go to the Broadmoor and hang out. We'll have a party, Thomas. I would love to meet you too. And Marie, you're more than welcome, and I'm glad you feel the same. So, guys, we've been going about 2.5 hours, and I got to be honest with you. I'm still learning too, and I want to give so much that I feel this presentation was still a bit too long before I got to the pitch. But I'm so concerned of giving value, and I really strive to do that. And a lot of you have been here for a long time, and I so appreciate you coming out and spending time with me. Linda, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get with you. I'll look for your purchase, and you should have access. So I'm going to set you up. I want to let everybody know that when you buy tonight, I'm going to be setting you up with access in the next 24 hours. So I'm going to look for your email through the transaction, and I'll set you up by hand. And it's kind of funny that I do that, but this truly is a smaller coaching program. I'm not selling thousands of seats. So I do that way. It might be automated. I can't remember. I need to check. But either way, we'll make sure you get in. So Linda, writing your name down, and then Hugh, you as well, buddy. And I'm so excited to work with you and learn more about what you're doing because I know you've been going great guns, and you're still working for the man. So that's cool. You've got a day job, and you've got a side hustle going, and it's working well for you. Stephen, I'm glad you enjoyed the presentation, and I'll see you in Denver, my friend. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be all kinds of fun, Stephen, so that's cool. And Sue, I'm glad you thought it was helpful. I so appreciate seeing you here, and we've also been pals on Facebook for a long time. And Elaine, I'm glad you dug it. I'll see you Thursday evening, Elaine. And for everybody else that bought, Linda and Hugh, welcome to Trust Funnel Academy. I'll be in touch very soon. And thank you so much for everybody for stopping by. It's been an honor to share with you tonight. Thank you for the positive feedback, and we'll see you soon, okay? Well, I've got that coming, buddy, and I know exactly how we can do this. And I remember that thread that started on Facebook, Hugh. He was talking about value, and it's funny because I think it was your wife that recommended my book. Is that right, Hugh? Yeah, she bought you the book, right? And then all kinds of people said all kinds of things about what to do, and they're all right. But what I can tell you is this is how I work, and it's very gratifying to see the kind of results I've been able to help people with. And not only that, I do a lot of cool stuff. I speak on stages, and I like that. I like to speak. Maybe you don't want to speak, but I get to do all the cool stuff I want to do in this business. I've been able to achieve, and I can't wait to help you guys with that as well. All right, guys, that's it. It's a wrap. I'm Brian G. Johnson. And, people do not fail. They simply give up before the magic happens. It's magic time. Poof, pixie dust.